I am Kenneth Ovat Agbas. I was fortunate to have been born to the first generation of Obubra people who left their land in search of greener pastures in Lagos. My father's journey took him to the south-south, then to the southeast, until he ended up in the southwest city called Lagos. I was born into an environment of abject poverty, like you would expect when you have a father who is a factory worker and a mother who is a petty trader. I grew up in a community called Amukoko in Ijora Badia, and up to this day, when I drive to that community, poverty has remained like a birthmark in that place. From there, life started for me. And at the point, things fell apart for my family. Things that seemed like they couldn't get any worse got far worse. We returned to the village of Ofudua in Obubra. At this same time, I gained admission to Federal Government College, Kaduna. I came back to Obubra and I began to wonder what life had in stock for me. I had a mother who at this time was alone raising 5 of us. Someone who had lived a fair life in Lagos, returning to the village, to the abjectness of our situation, to the point where she would wake up every morning and stand by the roadside so that she would follow people who had farms to their farms, since she had none, and work as a farmhand to earn a tuber of yam or 2 to be able to come home to feed her 5 hungry children. Watching my mother go through this filled me with determination to make a difference in her life and the lives of my immediate siblings. It was this desire that developed me so completely. At the age of 16, I would leave Ofudua and venture back into that land where I was born. So, as they say, start life all over again. I drive through the streets where I walked with a tray of bread or bananas or oranges on my head. And as I drive by, I still see another little boy, like a mini me, carrying a tray on his head, still trying to hawk to earn a few naira, or as in those days, kobos, to take home to my mom, so she didn't have to hawk by herself. Every time I drive through Ojuelegba, especially under the bridge, I recall my days of selling water from cups that I take from a bucket. Then we didn't have sachet water. And because I wasn't physically strong, occasionally I would get tired, then find a sitting position under the bridge and just watch all the other boys as they hustled all day long. And I remember telling myself back then that this was my situation and not my destination. This knowledge is what inspired me to become who I have become. I remember very fondly my mother saying to me, "Son, where you are now isn't where you will always be." What I went through as a young child, the upbringing my mother gave me, also put me in a situation where every point in time, all I am thinking about is how to make life better for my family, how to make life better for my friends, how to make life better for my community, and how to do things that will make everyone around me comfortable. This is the motivation that has spurred me to vie for the position, and has also helped me actualize and achieve most of what I have in my personal and professional life. This is what I think. Sometimes God puts us through a situation that becomes a test. And the idea behind this test is for you to prove to God that given an opportunity, when you see people in that situation, you will always try to be a difference maker for them. this is the motivation behind my aspiration to represent our people in the Federal House of Representatives in 2023, knowing fully well that for everything that is required to be done, God has already taken me from the street school to the established school and to all the avenues available for learning, where He has taught me and filled me with humility, empathy, and the ability to understand that I am not better than anyone else. But the reason why God has blessed me and enabled me with skills and talent is to put me in that place where the lives of other people count more than mine. Where you understand that the reason why you live is not for yourself, but to shine God's light wherever I find myself. That has always been my motivation. And that is the same motivation that will drive me from now until the time God calls me home. And I've also come to understand this thing about life, that for every single one of us, inside of us, God has put His light. The best chance we have of succeeding as a people, as a nation, is when we understand that for every light in every different one of us, we will only get the illumination that we require for good when we let everybody's light shine. And I believe very strongly that upon the actualization of my aspiration, that is the kind of environment I would love to create. That is the kind of environment we would love to see. An environment where, for those of us who are older, we are leaving footprints or tracks that will help our children and their children who are coming behind us to know from whence we traveled and where we stopped, so that they can take the journey of our development from that point to where their own destiny lies. Thank you for listening to me, and thank you for your support. God bless you all. Thank you.